As a child, I was never great at anything. I didn't excel in school or sports, and that is why, 15 years later, I am playing Shaco's support. The game begins with Trundle showing me that despite my support pick, he is still the king of trolls. I do my best to run away, but the size of his thing is so enormous that I can't move. And they say that it shrinks when it's cold. Liars. Luckily, this is one of those weird games when your jungler visits your lane. Of course, gank wouldn't be successful if I didn't contribute by giving hope to the enemy bot lane. If they think they can break my moral by killing me, they should see what I am hiding in the cellar. We also follow the traditions of the low elo game and make it ARAM for no reason before even hitting level 6. There is obviously no better way to gank the lane than by standing there for 2 minutes and waiting until they go in despite seeing you there. Then our Ukrainian ambassador arrives, sticks his flag in the ground, and makes an impressive effort to eliminate enemy forces. But he could never win because the enemy has more soldiers than we do. And so we give Samir the gift of double kill to ease the pain she must daily go through for being the ugliest woman on Rift. Diving Shaco is just like having a serious discussion with a Nazi. You may be immune to their BS opinions and hatred, but at the end of the day, they win simply because of your stupidity to even try to have a conversation with them. Apologies to all Shaco mains, you are not Nazis, just mediocre terrorists. Then I kill that annoying actor that plays in every movie, but his acting abilities are similar to his nickname. You know, Malphite is Rock, and Wayne Johnson has nicknamed The Rock, and rocks in general cannot act. As my father always said, the best jokes are those that you have the honor to explain. But as a kind-hearted person, I come to haunt Trundle for not helping his top laner avert an incoming gank and getting licked by that warm, wet, long tongue of Gromp instead. He doesn't seem to care, so I tell him about how useless his existence is since all he does is play League of Legends, but I was probably too harsh since now he commits seppuku. Sometime later, the prettiest male and ugliest woman of Rift try to turn us into vegans, but in the middle of the debate, they get a heart attack from a lack of vitamin B12. This is followed by a quick chase and bait example from books. After my snake gets caught under the wheels of car, I try to do my best to at least get nice boots out of her skin. But then the ugliest woman alive decides to pull out some of those weird anime tropes where the main hero scars themselves to prove some deeper point. So she face checks whether my clone is real or not, and then runs away from Taric Ultimate. But who cares about logic when you are the main character, right? Then we throw the game away just like a winning ticket because their AD carry has been released a few months after ours and therefore is immensely more powerful. After Leonidas gives me pleasure by triggering all my boxes, I come to him with a proud smile on my face, but he doesn't understand abstract art since all children in Sparta that look abstract get killed. When she no longer feels like the ugliest woman alive, she decides to leave her husband, but soon after, life explains to her that all women need man who earns money to look good. Therefore, she grants us some free OP that we can buy food for, so we no longer have to live only on energy drinks. If you want to support my lifelong dream of losing my virginity, please subscribe to my channel and watch more of my videos. Maybe one day I will be able to afford certain services that can help me fulfill my dream. There has never been a game where my jungler had to complain about me not reacting to their attempt to gank. More often than not, they just swallow their tears because I am a little too proactive. Sometimes you have to stand up for your daughter even though all she does is suck. Luckily, I am not alone in that. There is this creature out of nightmares that hurts enemies by popping pieces of its fat and then absorbing it back into itself. And apparently, it is also really good at dramatic kill stealing. The girl with big scissors yet terrible haircut overstays once again, so Papa has to stab her. After spending the last 5 minutes adventuring around Summoner's Rift, I return bot lane to my tragic counterpart just to watch this. But I won't get discouraged, and I stick around killing illegal mage with privileges. Sadly, MF used the luck of the cards and correctly guessed who has the bigger third leg. Little show of how powerful cancer truly is. There are many different versions of cancer. There is breast cancer and prostate cancer, but the worst of them is fast lasagna cancer. Even when you beat it, it still kills you. It is so powerful that it even empowers those around you to provide pity for your disease, which actually makes you feel much more powerless than the disease itself. While we try to take a dragon, our mid laner serves sushi to their team. When he is about to die, I arrive because there is nothing more satisfying than watching that lobster boil to death. Anyhow, I provide the MF offering of my ugly twin, but she rejects it and kills me instead, infuriating my ugly twin because being the more ugly one was the only thing he was good at. Short clip of me turning my brain off in the middle of a fight, because if you are playing this game with your brain, I must disappoint you, but you are not playing it as it was intended to be played. Then I create a funny picture in a cornfield, but this is not some Pog Night Blue 3 video, so it doesn't work and I die for no reason. Actually, that part is very similar to his gameplay. When your team is useless when playing Shaco, from time to time you can rely on the help of the enemy team. We take a beautiful fight while the enemy team has an Elder Dragon, so they basically have to use one spell and we are dead, and so we lose this game. But that is actually good because the more games you lose, the more discouraged you are to queue up again, and the more likely you are to go do something better than play this godforsaken game. By the way, if you got to this point in the video, you just helped me achieve the world record mentioned in the title. World record for the highest average watch time on my video. Thank you, but I leave you Johnnyless now.